Hello, everybody. My name is Breganowski.
And I'm Austin Morales, and you're watching The Inner Gamer On.
Today, we'll be talking about Warcraft 3 Reforged launching with a shitstorm of chaos, and fans are unhappy, and they have the lowest MetaCritic score in existence.
And as always, if you like this content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and bang that bell, because we know you want to.
It is time for video game news. In this segment, we share the best headlines from the week in the gaming industry. And first up, man, Austin, we got a big one. We got a heavy hitter here. Blizzard is fucked up again. Okay, they've done fucked up now.
Surprise!
And Warcraft 3 Reforged is here. I almost pre-ordered it last week because I was like, man, I've never played Warcraft, and I want to play. I just want to revisit that world and see what happens. And it comes out, and here we are. It now has the lowest user Metacritic score in history for a number of reasons.
Should we tell them now, or should we wait? What is the score?
It's last I saw, it was like 0.9 or something like that.
It's 0.6 currently.
Oh, my gosh.
It has gone down. It was 0.9, it was 0.8, and it is now currently 0.6 since yesterday of recording this podcast.
Now it is. Oh, it's 0.5. It's gone down a little bit more. It's got a 63 rating from Metacritic, so like reviewers and stuff like that, and then it has 19,117 user score reviews with a 0.5. And it's funny because we were watching, I was watching Yang Ya, and he had a video where he saw that somebody went to Ghostbusters, which had like 1.5 or something like that. And 2 days ago, some guy went in there and gave it a 10 just to boost that up so that it would boost down Warcraft 3 Reforged. I'm like, I kind of feel bad for these games, but at the same time, it's like, you fuck up, you kind of gotta
hilarious.
Yeah.
So I got to do a little backstory before we go into this whole debacle. What's gone down? I grew up basically early PC gamer playing StarCraft and Warcraft, and
so you played a lot of
Warcraft.
Those
games. Oh my gosh, I played so much of the custom maps, like Helm's Deep. Me and Travis used to play Helm's Deep all the time and just wreck shop. It was ridiculous. We had a crap ton of fun. There's so many awesome maps in there that, I think we spent more time in custom than we did actually in the campaign. And, as a younger person back then, campaign was actually really hard. So I think that's why I kind of gravitated to it, because I just couldn't grasp everything completely, like how to win a game. I would win, but it wouldn't be easy. And anyway, lots of fun. Some of my earlier games that I remember playing, like, just so much nostalgia here. Am I going to get this game with the Blitzchung debacle? And it's like, do I want to support them? Do I not? And I got excited about it because it came up before all that happened. So I was like up in the air. And honestly, I forgot it was even coming out. I haven't heard anything about it for a long time.
It kind of just surprised us a little bit.
Yeah. So I don't even know where to start with this, Brett.
Well, I want to start with just immediately what some of the things were that people were upset with. And that, so when they first previewed this game back in like 2018, they showcased what it looked like at BlizzCon 2018, and it looked good. It was going to be like 4K, upgrade graphics, good cutscenes, and all that stuff.
Like actual cutscenes.
Actual cutscenes. The launch version came out, and the graphics are upgraded, but the cutscenes don't have the cinematic camera that was previously advertised, and the game just generally doesn't look to the level of detail that we were promised with this stuff. And then beyond that, there are connectivity issues going on with it. There's no competitive ladder. And this for me is like the big clincher that kind of pisses me off. But in the EULA, the end user license agreement, they state that Blizzard has the rights to any custom games created by players. So this is obviously because Dota spawned from a mod for Warcraft 3, and they probably want to retain the rights for this when people make new custom games. So they said that if you create anything in here, they own it. And I don't think that's good. You give a player a tool to create custom stuff. You can't say we own this. Like, for example, I make stuff in Photoshop. Photoshop doesn't own my shit. That's a tool that I'm using to build something, and this is a tool that you're giving people to play inside of this game. Yes,
which is going,
but that idea could spawn into another entity.
Yes, and it was unexpected for Dota. Like, no one thought that would ever exist. No one thought any of these things would happen. But you know what? People give credit where credit's due. Like, thanks to Warcraft and Blizzard, like these things exist. It only makes your company look better.
I mean, I don't blame them for being upset because now like Dota came from Warcraft 3 and now Dota is owned by Valve and now Valve's making a shit ton of money off of it. But that's not the right way to approach it.
This makes Bethesda look so good.
Well, no, I don't agree with that. But
I mean, it makes them look better than they did. Like they're trying to make money off of mods, right? But they aren't like making it where like if you use our stuff, you have to like that's ours now. Type thing.
But then they brought out Fallout first, and that was just a disaster.
Yeah, but they're still not taking people's stuff that they've made away, which is on a step higher.
Yeah, it's kind of jacked up, but ultimately this did not launch well for them. And amidst Blizzard's, I mean, I'll give them a lot of credit. I mean, they didn't have the best apology for the BlizzCon controversy, but beyond that, I felt like it was a pretty solid showcase at BlizzCon after a really bad showcase the year prior. But they're having a lot of issues. Like they keep hitting roadblocks that are just becoming PR nightmares for them. And WoW Classic came out. I don't know how that survived because people were sitting there in like 3-4 hour wait times to queue up into a game.
Well, no one cared because
it was WoW Classic.
What they were getting.
But now nobody's playing it anymore. Like it's kind of like dropped off the map because the nostalgia left, and then they're like, okay, I miss all the benefits of what we used to have,
right,
or what we have now, like quality of life upgrades. So
it's just really sad to see this happen, and this is what happens when a big corporation only thinks about money. I watched Angry Joe talk about this, and he said this definitely seems like things were being cut because no one thought this would make money.
Yeah.
But it's like your base loves this, and if your base can get excited about this, it will push other people to want to play it because everyone has friends, and how do you sell games is by getting some people to love it, and then hopefully they get their friends to join or to follow suit and buy it and have a good time, and then it just grows that way. And I think that's what a lot of these games have done for Blizzard is you got a core base, they love it, they yell from the rooftops, and people start flooding in because they're like, look how good this game is. And all the things you can do with it, and custom maps, and blah, blah, blah. And someone, obviously Activision, did not think that this was worth putting all the time and effort and money into it. And this is what you get. And this is how you destroy a company. And this is across the board. It's not just with Blizzard. It's with EA. It's with Ubisoft. At some point, it's all about the money, and no one cares about the heart and soul of what made the game the game. And this is just the times that we are in. And honestly, I'm not surprised that this happened at all. Like, I think we could have seen this coming from a mile away. We were just hoping for the best. We're hoping that Blizzard could turn around. And I know we talked about it early on when this first happened. Blizzard was fine for like 2 years, but I was like, I bet you anything it's coming down the pipeline. They're going to get swallowed up by EA, you know? I mean, it's just like Arthas, you know? He's this great prince, but he ends up turning to the dark side. That's like basically what has happened to Blizzard.
Yeah,
they've taken up. They've gone down the way of let's just all make money. The best thing that happened for them right now is to follow Bungie's lead and just leave this company. But at this point, I don't know if you can put back together what Blizzard had.
Yeah,
and that's a sad thing. That's so sad.
There's still some hope in places of it. Like I think there's still hope with Overwatch. I hope.
No,
and
there is no more hope.
There's hope in Diablo 4.
There's only so far you can push gamers. I'm telling you, this is really bad. And it goes to show with the 0.5 on Metacritic. Now you can say that you can't really trust Metacritic, but I think it's a good show of how people are perceiving this game. Very negative.
To add to this whole situation, when people were trying to get refunds, they weren't able to get refunds on the game. And now apparently they've changed it to where they're giving instant refunds for the game. So they are allowing that because I guess people were like somebody made a comment somewhere that said he helped people find a refund option and he got a 2-week ban like for helping them find ways to get a refund. And that's shitty. But then
like who does that? Oh, we don't want to give refunds. So if you're helping people, we're going to ban you. At least it was just 2 weeks. I thought it was like a lifetime ban.
Yeah, I know. But now they're doing instant refund. So you go in there, you get a refund. Somebody said that it's easier to get a refund than it is to play the game. So that was pretty good.
And it's crazy because we had someone comment on our Facebook page, our Instagram page, because I posted this there.
Yep.
And they were like, "What's wrong with the game? I just pre-ordered this." And I was like, "Return it, man. Don't open it. Just get your refund.
Yeah.
It's not worth it."
If you love the game, give it a try, but I'd wait a while because still this stuff like kind of goes through the ringer and stuff like that, and they fix on some of these things that they fucked up on. Because like when Fallout first came out, like it was terrible. It was a hot mess, and now it's a little bit better than it used to be. And there's some people out there that love it, and they really enjoy that premium experience. And this isn't by any means a premium experience. It's just going back to an old game with like remastered graphics. But
yes,
I'm hoping that they fix some of the fuck ups that they had here and make it at least a little bit better. Because I mean, all I care about is that it looks good and it looks pretty good, and that I can play this game again. And I don't want any fancy additions in there, any crazy, stupid, extra nonsense. I just want the game better looking. And that's what needs to occur.
yes. So the other cherry on top, which I don't know if he has an article or not, but I don't know the right terms for all this, but apparently the system that Reforged is on, like I guess the architecture, is now, even if you haven't bought Reforged, the old version of Warcraft 3 is in that same architecture. So all the bugs that come with this game, which there are a lot of bugs with like connectivity stuff to the internet, things like that, it is now in the other game. So even if you didn't buy it, you have all the problems with Reforged you do with the old one now.
What with the old, like the original Warcraft 3?
Yes.
Oh gosh, that's funny.
Yeah. So like they fucked up both. Like you can't even be happy with just having the original.
Yeah.
You're just screwed.
It's all part of the same
It's like,
server
are you
system.
fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
How did you fuck it up so bad? This was just gold at the end of the rainbow for you.
Well, they need to do a thing like they did with Ubisoft. I mean, hopefully it works with Ubisoft, but like, purge the dead weight and get people in there that actually care about the games and care about the delivering good quality content. And the teams themselves do. Like, I think Blizzard the majority of Blizzard, they're not doing anything wrong. They're in it because they love these games and they're all about them. But I just think there's some people at the top that just need to be ousted and replaced with some people that understand more about what the player is looking for.
But it's not about that anymore.
Oh, it is. I mean, that's what makes the money. That's
if
what,
it was, they would have got this right.
I know, but they don't, because they don't have the people in there that believe in that. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, so they need to oust those people and bring the people in that actually care about that stuff and understand it.
I totally agree with you. But people who would oust them are only seeing the dollar signs because that's all they care about. And you know what? Those people at the top who don't know what the hell they're doing. Well, then those people need
ousted too. That's what I'm saying. They need to do a purge from the top.
Because those are like the people, basically the people who are funding this corporation now.
Yeah, but somebody's got to be able to knock them out. I mean, I've seen it happen before where they just like clear out the board because the board fucked up, and then they bring in a new board to manage the teams. So
I guarantee you, Blizzard will burn before that even happens.
Well,
if we're lucky, it happens sooner than later.
Yeah.
But I highly doubt that will happen.
But do you want that to happen?
I don't want it to happen. I want them to be cleaned out now. But realistically, it ain't going to happen.
I don't know. I mean, I think it could. I mean, I'd rather hope for them not to burn down than just say, I hope they just burn fast and get it over with.
I'm not saying I want them to burn. I'm just saying that it will probably, before anything changes, Blizzard will probably have to burn because these people will burn it to the ground before they even let go with their grasp on Blizzard. I mean, First off, why did Blizzard even get in with Activision? I don't know the whole story. I'm sure financial issues is a problem, but you guys had something good going. Yeah. And you threw it all away to be part of this corporation that we all knew eventually was going to ruin Blizzard.
I mean, it probably made sense for their growth. They wanted to, because they merged, you know what I mean? They didn't like get acquired or anything like that. They merged together, and probably because they saw the dollar signs and they were like, this financially makes sense. Like, we have a powerhouse of creative energy here. Y'all have a powerhouse of, like, for them, they were looking at Activision as a publishing house and the strengths that they had in publishing. Because, I mean, we can talk shit about Activision all day, but they made Call of Duty what it is the money maker that it is, even though it's been shitty creatively. But they definitely have figured out how to make those cash cows, and they were like, let's bring that to the Blizzard table and see if they can help us with that stuff. And so maybe it made sense, but I don't agree with the decision. I think they should have left that just die and stayed independent and kept growing. But I think they needed more. I don't know. Who knows what was going on the inside?
Yeah, I mean,
but
I get that there are situations where you may have to make decisions you don't like. But I mean, at the same time, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess with games as a service, we've come to see what the industry really is all about. At least these AAA gaming companies and publishers. We've seen what it's all about.
Hopefully, Blizzard can figure out a way to turn it around, get rid of some of the dead weight, and find a solve to not make these screw ups again. But after Diablo Immortal, Warcraft 3 Reforged, Diablo 4 coming out too late, and being announced too late.
Some issues with World of Warcraft, but we're not really
issues with World of Warcraft. It's just there's a lot of things that are struggling. So hopefully we see something new. The killing of StarCraft Ghosts. Still bitter about that.
Oh man, I'm bitter.